Okay, hello everybody. Today's date is August 15th, 2017, and my name is Leslie Williams. Now, whenever I feel my phone vibrate, that's going to mean that I'm getting a notification, so I'm going to stop talking when I feel that. And that way, because I'm not sure, but I think that you're not able to hear me speak when I get a notification, like a YouTube notification. I'm trying to figure out through my settings how to return that off. I've already turned it off 3 times and then forgot how to do it. So just bear with me if at any moment in this video I have to stop talking just for a second to let that notification sound pass. That way you don't miss anything I have to state. Now, fellow American citizens, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in La Jolla, California. I'm a target victim and activist concerning the continued criminal expeditions of what is known as GangStalking. Now, I'm also going to briefly stop momentarily, just for like a second, if any loud traffic goes by, so you don't miss anything I state. Hold on. Periodically throughout this video, I will be turning the phone around in order to make sure I'm still broadcasting. If this video stops abruptly for any reason, still research what I've stated so far up to that point and what's in the title of this Periscope video in reference to the pasted YouTube URL links. You'll have to write them down and then type them in at your URL address bar. I'll explain what the videos are in a second. Okay, the reason why I'm also predicting, let's see if anybody claims they heard me, saw me, or saw my property on this property at any moment that I'm on it within the next 72 hours from the second forward. Okay. And I'm referring to gang stalking staged events, which are called street theaters. That term can be Googled and YouTubed. So you can see that it is a factual, literal, absolute technique that they employ against target individuals as a result of, but not limited to, the illegal GPS tracking of the target's cell phone and covert physical surveillance, which is the stalking of gang stalking. The gang of gang stalking is where they will gang up on you as a result of them knowing where you're at. And it's not stalking by gangs. Okay, so I strongly suggest that you research this crime extensively and meticulously at Google and YouTube so you can become aware of what it is. If you've never heard of this crime before and anything I state in it sounds bizarre to you or, out of the realm of normalcy, one, that is because what gang stalking expeditions do are completely and totally illegal at the felonious level. Okay, but the way they operate, a lot of their techniques, methods, tactics, maneuvers are bizarre because of the different types of mindsets that they attempt to create in the target in order so the target ends up traumatized and victimized. They have to engage in techniques. Okay, I'm referring to gaslighting techniques of gang stalking, so that can be Googled, so I don't have to go into a long explanation concerning it. This is a crime. This is a crime that is very intrinsic, meaning there's a lot involved in it, not only concerning how they operate, but who they are, how the courts and the police are absolutely directly connected to these crimes. Make no mistake about it, and so are the intelligence agencies. Listen to what I have to tell you, because I guarantee after you watch this video, and you can also feel free at any time to go into this Periscope account and to watch any or all broadcasts that have already been posted up to this date and past. Hold on. Now, I apologize, it takes me a second or two to get into the subject matter pertaining to each video, but some things have to be stated for the sake of new viewers, first-time viewers, and for the sake of my own safety. Hold on. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do in this video, the reason why I'm homeless, and that's the reason why I made those predictions about a minute ago, and that's all over the internet that they're doing that to gang stalking victims, which are hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Gang stalking was even marginally covered again last night on the Ground Zero show with Clyde Lewis. So you can go to his website, bring it up through typing Ground Zero Clyde Lewis at Google. When you bring up his website, click on it. Then once it comes up, scroll to the feature that is that runs along the horizontal part of his blog that says Listen Now. Click on that. A little menu will fall down. Scroll down to where it says SoundCloud, to where it says Listen on SoundCloud. Click on that, and then you will come up with a list of his past archive shows. Now, this show was just broadcasted again. Was just broadcasted last night. So if it's not up there yet, just wait a day or two, and then go back to the archives and look for the 8/14/2017 show. It was marginally covered again. Okay. Now, fellow American citizens, I created this Periscope account in order for at least three reasons. One, to inform the public about this crime. Okay, so they can take what I state and research it, so they can become informed as a result of the knowledge, okay, that they get from the research. They're able to then make informed decisions about how to protect themselves, their families, their property, and their friends, because this crime is exploding all over the country, literally in every single neighborhood, town, city, county, and state. And when I say that it is going on in every neighborhood, it is going on literally in every single neighborhood. And that includes businesses, universities, libraries, and so on. All my descriptions can be Googled and, when appropriate, YouTubed. Now, now, the subject matter of this particular video, what I'm going to do is in a minute, I'm gonna start talking about it. But I'm going to first brief you on why I incorporated the two YouTube links in the title of this Periscope video. Because you need to, once you bring those YouTube videos up by following the aforementioned instructions concerning them, okay, you're going to be able to see that I played two separate recordings to 3 San Diego police officers and 2 San Diego park rangers on 8/9/2015 in a park. That park's name is called Rose Canyon, which is in La Jolla. The two audio files that I played them were dedicated to 2 events that occurred 11 months apart, 170 miles apart. Okay, one event took place in La Jolla, California. The second event took place on Thanksgiving. That event took place on Thanksgiving Day, 2013, in La Jolla. The other event took place in Yucca Valley, California, which is 170 miles away from La Jolla. What you're hearing me play them is the Yucca Valley event is me catching individuals on the bus route Landers, okay, repeating gangstalking, oh my God, laughing, and so on. Okay. Now, that occurred on December 22nd, 2011. I'm sorry, 2012. Okay. The Thanksgiving event that took place in La Jolla, okay, took place on Gilman Road, okay. 2 men approached me, started harassing me, intentionally obstructed my ability to continue to ride my bike on the sidewalk, causing me to have to get off it, okay, and then encircled me to the point to where I couldn't keep going forward. As this event was unfolding, they were literally screaming right to my face, gangstalking, and gang-a-stalking, I'm going to fuck you up, and oh my God. I'll tell you why they're doing this in a second, why they did it in a second. Okay, now, those segments of those events were played to, again, 3 San Diego police officers and 2 San Diego park rangers on 8/9/2015 in the San Diego park that is called Rose Canyon. That's the one video. The second video is me catching, okay, the San Diego prosecutors, at least 4 of them, okay, and at least 3 San Diego public defenders, okay, standing and sitting in a courtroom, which was called Department 9 on the 2nd floor in the San Diego courthouse on 10/23/2015. You clearly hear them say gangstalking, oh my God, laughing about it, and then one finally just says, suck my dick. Excuse my language, please. Now, the reason why I'm stating this to you is because the reason why I was in the courthouse on that date and other dates before and after that specific date was because of the ticket that I got in Rose Canyon that's dedicated to the first YouTube video that I just described to you concerning the Yucca Valley event and the Thanksgiving Day 2013 event. Now, what was played to the San Diego police officers and the park rangers is the same exact identical thing I caught the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders saying in the courtroom. Okay? I was standing outside the door. I put my foot in the door. I heard him say it. So I leaned over. The tape recorder was in my chest, in a pouch attached to my undergarments on my chest. The microphone's right at the top. So what I did was I put my foot in the door. I heard him say it. So I opened the door, put my foot in it, and caught him. I uploaded a segment of that audio file to YouTube, to my video camera, and then to YouTube. And you can clearly see the date they were caught. because the video file shows me showing the tape recorder that shows the date and time. Now, you can also go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking in Yucca Valley." Okay. You can also go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD Club Med," which is a restaurant on UCSD campus. Same thing caught there. I've caught it at wooded areas. I've caught it in every single business I've been to, every single library I've been to, and on MTS bus routes. And that is the purpose of this video. Hold on. Now, fellow American citizens, remember what I stated. If this video stops at any point, okay, still research what I've stated so far. Now, you can go to Google if you feel inclined at any time and type in public transportation and gang stalking, and then go back to Google and type in bus drivers and gang stalking. Okay. See, fellow American citizens, when you are, because this is organized crime in a system that is perpetrating these criminal realities, working as a networking, up and running, operating syndicate. They are involved in every type of criminal motivation you can think of, and ones you can't. And if I got time and if I remember to, I'll explain what that means. It's got to do with the human experimentation that's happening to gang stalking victims, which is all over the internet. So Google that as well. In fact, that's part of a little bit what was on the Ground Zero show again last night, which I tried to call and couldn't get through. So anybody at any time can Google cell phone hacking and gang stalking and cell phone call rerouting and gang stalking. They'll reroute your phone calls, whether it's through a cell phone or a landline phone, because your phone is hacked. Absolutely. Google that extensively. It's all over the internet, exposed by thousands and thousands and thousands of individuals. The last 4 times I've called that show, I have not been able to get through. So, all right, check it out. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to start talking to you right now about the sensitization methods of gang stalking, so you can see how this crime can be perpetrated against gang stalking victims right out in the public in any environment, and how what they do will blend in with the environment. So innocent bystanders, innocent citizens that might also be in the environment. So innocent bystanders, citizens that might also be in the environment at the time that this is occurring towards the target, will not have a clue about what's going on. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. What these victims will do is what these targets will do concerning the sensitization technique that is employed against hundreds of thousands of gang stalking victims, tens of thousands, all over the internet exposing it. Okay, absolutely. Okay, even doctors and ex-CIA scientists have exposed what I'm about ready to expose to you right now. So just hear me out. Yeah. The sensitization techniques connected to gang stalking is where they will intentionally create an episodic memory. And an episodic memory is listen carefully. Excuse me. What an episodic memory is it's a memory that has to do with an event that gang stalking perpetrators will perpetrate against you. So as a result, once the event is over with, you end up having a memory about the event. I'll repeat that because my phone is vibrating. One of the main ways that sensitization is formed in the target's mind, okay, is through and by creating episodic memories. Okay, you know, like when you watch a TV show, you can say, let's watch, what episode on TV are we going to watch tonight? That's because when you're watching the show, you're seeing it with your eyes, you're hearing what's being said during the show, and as a result, your brain is soaking it up, and your brain is making sense of what you see. And as a result of what you see and hear within the show, it becomes part of your memory. Well, that's what episodic memories are. That's why they're called episodic memories, because it has to do with an episode. But you can just you can just also call it event memories as well. Meaning that what they'll do, and I'm going to give you an example right now. What they'll do is they'll bring about an event towards a target through the illegal GPS tracking. They know where the target's at. They will then say to themselves, and they will learn your routes and routines, your regular habits concerning where you go grocery shopping at, what bus routes you take to get back and forth, okay, what time of the day that you usually end up leaving the last place for the day before you end up going home or going to the woods if they made you homeless. Hold on. Okay. So everything they do is brought about as a result of cataloging information about you, and that's achieved through the surveillance of you, the covert surveillance. So you needed to hear that as well. Okay, so as a result of them knowing where you're at, and since isolation is all over the internet to be an additional method that is incorporated against gang stalking victims, meaning that they will sabotage friendships, family relationships, Google everything I'm telling you. Isolation and gang stalking, family infiltration and gang stalking, friendship infiltration and gang stalking. Because they gotta sabotage your relationships to isolate you. Because when they want to bring crimes directly towards you, they don't want anybody witnessing what is factually occurring to a target. Isolation is one of the main methodologies occurring to gang stalking victims. It's exposed by tens of thousands of targeted individuals of this crime. So Google that as well. So, as a result of tracking you, they will stage an event towards you in anywhere. They prefer though places that does not have many innocent witnesses, because when they stage events, they will also stage witnesses as well. Google that. Okay. So, I know I'm saying a lot, but if you want, you can go back and listen to this video in order to soak up everything if you want to research the details. Okay? So, what they'll do when they create an episodic memory, and that's done in order to form mental associations in your mind intentionally to this crime. And you'll understand why in a minute. Now, so I'm going to illustrate to you how these episodic memories are formed by illustrating it to you, okay, through a story, a very extremely short story. So just bear with me a second, okay? And this example is on the internet. Okay, so what they did with this one girl, this is the example. They took a girl and they brought her to a place and had her raped by duping her into believing that hey, do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? Probably by social infiltration, at least at the acquaintance level. So they duped her to go to a place. She went there and she got raped. As she was being raped, they shoved a sock in her mouth. I'm aware this is descriptive. I'm sorry, but you need to hear this. As they were raping her, they shoved a sock in her mouth. Now, also while they were raping her, they were engaging in laughter, repeating certain words like "oh my god," or "stalk," okay, or "crazy," or "weird," or "bitch," and they would repeat it over and over again as the rape is occurring. Then they would mock her about everything once the rape was done before they left. Then what they do as a result, because this is an intentional staged rape, so and that can be Googled to gang stalking as well, rapes. Okay, so then what they did as a result is, you got to remember, these are people in the system that have not only that are not only operating as a networking operating syndicate, but they also had the community influence to get members in churches to assist them, businesses like syndicate members being in the Chamber of Commerce, okay, local governments they got syndicate members in, okay, police departments, unions, public unions, neighborhood watch groups, charities, homeless shelters, domestic violence shelters, churches, self-help groups, cults, fraternities, sororities. These filthy maggot motherfuckers, okay, have syndicate members in all these places. Okay, and that's also including in administrative staff at colleges, universities, and at least the high school level. Hold on. Make no mistake about it, they're also syndicated. They're also syndicated in utility companies, cable installers, phone installers. Okay, Google everything I'm telling you. Like, why can you go to Google and type in construction workers and gang stalking, utility company personnel and gang stalking, cable installers, teachers, okay, libraries, universities, colleges, the name of any business, 10 of them. Do what I tell you to do, and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. Now, getting back to desensitization. So as a result of these people having all these networked, meaning that they can have 15, 20, 30 different community connections to other groups, okay? And as a result of how they're lied to, because you got syndicate members in these groups, but then those syndicate members will use people within the group, okay? And those people who are used, 90% of them are lied to about the target, like the target's a criminal or a social deviant, okay? You can Google that, slander and gang stalking. And that's how they're able to get the community members to assist the target in the harassment. Now, the harassment is attached to the traumatization that is directly connected to the episodic memory, and you're going to hear that right now. So what did they do when they raped her? They shoved a sock in her mouth. They said specific words as they were doing it, mocking her as they were saying them, okay, while she's being raped, and then after the rape happened, until they left her physical proximity. Then what they did was they got the syndicate members use their community influences, okay, in the ways I've already described concerning how they're connected, and then had those people use other people to get along her route to show her socks, like at businesses, For instance, so you can see it with your mind's eye, she'd go into Walmart's, a Walmart manager or employee would walk up to her with a package of socks and say, "Did you forget these socks?" While that manager or employee will say, "Oh my God," which was one of the words that was said while she was raped. They'll walk up to her and say, "Oh my God, did you forget these socks?" Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, this is how they classically condition. It's called double binding. Classically conditioning physical objects and words and phrases, okay, and they will also use physical gestures as the trauma is occurring too, to anchor and associate these things to the traumatic event. So when they're reintroduced, it can stimulate the memory. And that's why it's called an episodic memory. Because it's a memory that came from a staged, played out event. You understand? Now, what they will additionally continue to do with this woman is that after they do this to her for 120 days everywhere she goes, literally, that's the gang of gang stalking, is where they will just get massive amounts of people to do this towards her as a result of them being lied about her. Okay? They're told creative lies concerning why they're told to do it. Then they're told where the target's at in real time, so they know where to go to do it at, towards the target. So you can go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." Do that as well. So you can see how easy it is to do community members to do anything for anybody who's got a any type of appearing authority, like law enforcement. Just do what I tell you to do. So for like 120 days, they would use the business community, library staff, citizens, social deviants, employees at businesses, management at businesses, security guards at businesses, bus drivers, okay, students, you name it, anybody and everybody, people at hospitals included, because that's how entrenched this shit is. And when you research all my descriptions, you'll see I'm telling you the truth, because it's all over the internet, okay, being exposed by thousands of people, okay. I don't just mean 5,000 or 10,000. I'm talking. John Hall last night on the Ground Zero show, when they were talking about gang stalking, says that he believes that there are at least 300,000 targets in America. I believe there's anywhere between 2.4 and 4.8 million target individuals. You would not believe what's going on. This crime is the fastest growing. It's the main crime that's being exposed on the internet right now. The reason why you don't know about it is because you didn't have a term to look it up. Gang stalking. Do you understand? So, let me get back to the sensitization so you can really see what the subject matter is about. Now, say when this girl was raped that she was forced to engage in oral, you know what I mean, concerning on the person who was raping her, right? Say if she was instructed to do it in specific ways. Just hear me out. I know this is bad, but just hear me out. So, remember what was said and how she was mocked. Okay, how she was mocked before they left her physical presence, and then how they got the community to repeat the things that she endured while she was being raped. You understand? This is done to sensitize her to and form associations in her mind to keep the episodic memory alive, to stimuli that are used to excite the memory. Oh my God. The repeating "oh my God," saying things to her like, "Oh, that feels good, bitch, keep on doing it." Just shit like that. See, because what you got to understand in gang stalking, they can put two people up on a bus, they can act like they're having a conversation together, and one will say, "Oh my God, that feels so good," and then lift up a pair of socks. Okay? When she hears that, she's going to look right over to him. When she hears that, she's going to look right over to him, and then they'll lift the socks up. Okay? Now, this is how they intentionally let the target know they're being gang stalked, and it's done to also make them feel extremely fearful because they don't understand how all these different people can be part of this crime that is attached to the rape. And that's exactly what they're doing. Okay? They're screwing around with their perceptions to make her think that a whole gang of people, okay, are involved in what happened to her. Understand? Hold on. Now, what they'll also do, as this is going on for like 120 days, because they want to make sure, because things get anchored in your mind, like the physical gestures, the repeating "oh my God," the repeating "oh my God, bitch, that feels good, keep doing it." Okay? They want to keep that anchored and associated in her mind and make sure it now becomes formed, okay, in her mind to a group of gang of people. Okay? Just hear me out. Okay? Because what they're doing is stimulating disassociation whenever they represent what was associated to the trauma. Because whenever you're being traumatized, the brain will disassociate itself. So it's a defense mechanism of the brain that's innate. So whenever you're being traumatized, especially at like rape, the mind will disassociate itself as it's occurring. That's the brain's innate defense mechanism, which is done in order to protect the brain, okay, from crashing as a result of the person's image, the person's privacy, and their boundaries being extremely raped in this fashion. It's an innate mechanism. So when the rape's going on, disassociation is created, and things are intentionally associated to the disassociation, like the word "oh my god," bitch, this feels so good, keep doing it or I'll kill you, okay, shit like that, okay. So whenever these things are repeated around her, along her routes, the disassociation will be stimulated. Therefore, she's not critically thinking and trying to figure this out. She's being re-traumatized intentionally. That's why a lot of judges and prosecutors, the good ones, won't want to put a rape victim back on the stand, so she don't have to relive it. So what they're intentionally doing is creating post-traumatic stress in these victims and anchoring associations to them in order to re-stimulate the post-traumatic stress to re-stimulate the disassociation. Here's another thing they'll do. Now, you've already heard the things that I've said that they'll do to associate, that they intentionally associated with the rape in order to stimulate the memory of it. What they will do, they'll repeat those same things for 120 days and then start adding other things onto it. Okay. Like, for instance, I'm going to show you a quick way of how you can be classically conditioned. Okay, so your memory can be stimulated. Okay, when you go into a grocery store. Right now, I'm telling you, I'm going to make this statement. A learning disabled woman was brutally raped. Okay, don't you think that's bad? Okay, and then I'm going to say pickles, and then I'm going to say Trick cereal. Next time you go into a grocery store, try looking at a jar of pickles and Trick cereal without remembering this video. Do you understand? That's how they form the associations. So what they do after using specific words, phrases, physical gestures that occurred during the rape, and then getting different community members to repeat it for 120 days, those things had now been potentiated and associated to the neural pathway that is connected to the disassociation of the original traumatization. So whenever the stimuli is represented, the disassociation is stimulated. They will then anchor additional things onto it, like clapping, whistling. Okay. Now watch this. Here's another thing they'll do. Okay. A finger. What they'll do is they'll take their hand. I want you to watch what I'm doing here very carefully, okay? What they'll do is through the tracking, they'll know where the target's at. So say the target's on the bus right now. They'll put a victim on the bus right across from the target, a guy, and what he'll do is he'll sit right in front of her and he'll start going like this at his lap. Okay? Alright? And then he'll say, oh my God, while he's doing it. Why he's sitting directly across from her on the bus. Then what he'll do is stick his finger up right by his crotch. Okay? You understand? While he's saying, oh my God. Okay? Because they know that oh my God was said when rape occurred, right? So this will be repeated for 90 days, over and over again everywhere she goes. Okay? While the finger is eventually brought up right after this has been associated, right? And then what they'll do is start popping the finger up at the crotch, right? Then what they'll do is start doing it to the mouth. Do you understand? You know what that implies, right? Penis to the mouth. Now why am I telling you all this? Because in GangStalking Criminal Expeditions, at the beginning of this video, what did I state? What did I state at the beginning of this video? That gang-stalking perpetrators and the useful idiots that they used, who are lied to, okay, are told to get around a target and do things that are designed to blend in with everyday environments. So the crime can be perpetrated while it's camouflaged to be blended in with the environment the target's in. Now, this is happening towards targets every day, everywhere they go, non-stop. And the goal is to, and they're also mixing it in with other things, like actual direct provocations. Okay? Picture yourself being forced to sit down in a room in a chair while someone is sitting next to you, constantly pinching you nonstop. Do you honestly think that you're not going to eventually say, stop, leave me alone? That's what they're attempting to do, is provoke the woman to act out so they can call her crazy, arrest her, put her in jail, and then use the courts against her. Because you got to remember, they're going to ask her where she lives. Well, she's homeless. Okay? If she don't know that what's happening to her is gang stalking, she might say to the cop, well, a bunch of different people are harassing me in really bizarre ways, a thing that a cop will bait her to talk about. So he can file falsified police reports about her, taking her to jail because she's been accused of acting out when she shouldn't have been, when she's actually being harassed, so she can be arrested. The goal is to provoke you to act out, to provoke you to say something, to provoke you to act out physically or both. So then the syndicated motherfuckers can call the cops, okay? The cops will come out and play their skanky-ass role. The person is brought before the judge. The judge will seem like she's just following procedures and protocols. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, where do you live, Miss Williams? Oh, you're homeless? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let's help you get out of that. And they'll pipeline you to a homeless shelter where they'll make it look all attractive to get you out of the homelessness by telling you get all these services. All right, to get you to sign the papers. Okay? Then they'll start gang stalking you at the homeless shelter. And this is done to get you to leave. Now, this is done to get you to leave. That way, when they stage an event towards her at another wooded area, that they stage an event towards her as a result of the continued tracking of her, the cop can say, well, we offered you to go to a homeless shelter. Why didn't you go? Oh, well, I went there and I felt like I was being stalked and harassed. Well, you told me that this event that occurred last time I arrested you was because you thought you were being stalked and harassed. So we are definitely believing that you got some type of mental issue. The goal is illegal probate control. So the individuals who get the probate control can file for federal and state funds in her name, insurance in her name, and so the gang stalking can continue in the home she's put in. The women are also drugged and raped and gang raped, and the videos are the rapes are videotaped and sold to pornography groups. And the victim is also human experimentated on in these homes. Absolutely, with remote neural monitoring, B2K, ultrasonic sound transmissions, and that was even covered last night on the Ground Zero show. Fun. So, let's say you go to a bus stop, and this real petite little girl is standing there, and you make a statement in your tape recorder that I'm getting ready to go to the MTS bus stop. Okay, let's see if anybody's there and if anybody bothers me. You get to the bus stop concerning the dedicated bus stop you're going to in order to go to the library. Well, they know your routes and routines, so they prop up this little tart to stand there, and she's going like this. So you look back and you notice her, because, when I look around me at MTS when I get to bus stops, I want to make sure that there's no actual social deviant looking people there, because I'm being gang stalked. So you got to pay attention to your surrounding. It's called situational awareness. So I seen her do it as I was passing her by to put my bike on the bus. And so once I stopped the bike and went to go put it on the bike rack, I turned to make sure nobody else was walking up, and she claimed I gave her a dirty look. And so since I seen her do this, I said, well, I go, well, if you don't, well, so what? I said something along the lines like, well, so what? I'll give you another one. So then the bus driver comes out of the potty john, and she complains to him. First of all, it was a public sidewalk. I don't give two shits if a bus stop was there or not. Second of all, it's called free speech. Third, I know what the bitch did. Fourth, fellow American citizens, go to YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman exposes gang stalkers admitting sent to harass, read comments." I caught 3 teenagers admitting they were put on the MTS bus route 928, the very bus I was assaulted at on 10/10/11. Okay, and then MTS sent me an altered video of the assault. That's all over Google. Google that. Okay, so basically what they did was they tag teamed me. Now, I've got on many. I got on at least 300 audio files concerning, well, let me just put it this way. I got 5,000 audio files right now of individuals saying, gang stalk, suck my dick, gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my God, laughing, gang stalk, oh my God, suck my dick, suck on the dick, oh my God, said around me every day, everywhere I go. And absolutely at least 1,000 of them concerning MTS. And there's other San Diego citizens who are being gang stalked in San Diego who are all over the internet exposing MTS as well. And they do mention bus drivers. I do have indisputably on my tape recorder, on hundreds of them, bus drivers saying suck my dick on MTS bus routes. I'm not afraid of MTS. Now, you can go to Google and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. That assault was predicted 9 days before it occurred in an email file. I predicted it in my tape recorder 20 minutes before I got on the bus. Okay. The 3 teenagers admitted that they were put on that same bus, the bus ride I was assaulted on, to engage in these gang-stalking physical gestures of putting their hands to their face. Okay, so, fellow American citizens, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because these MTS bus drivers, for one, they're nothing but low-life animals. If you don't think that bus drivers are not people too, just average people, do you have any idea how many social deviants there are out there in the world today? Hold on. Now I'm going to give you an example about this. And I want you to listen to me very carefully so you can see with your mind's eye. See, because what you got to understand is that the average American citizen, they get up every day and they go to work and they just see everybody going about their day, but they don't know these crimes are going on. They're going on through employment descriptions, the ones who are managing it and participating in it. And the other ones are just community members. The other ones are syndicate wannabes. And then the other ones are actual syndicate members, okay, who will play their role in stage events as well. Okay. So when you go down the street, you see a bus picking up students, you're just thinking everybody's going about their day. You don't know that bus drivers are involved. You don't know that bus drivers are involved in this crime. For instance, you can go to Google and type in a gang-stalking tech. You can go to Google right now and type in a gang-stalking tech, everything you need to know. It's a manifesto written by a manager of gang-stalking crews. And when you read that manifesto, you'll clearly be able to see that they have a part of the syndicate that's called the Bureau of Travel, the travel industry, public transportation, airlines, trains, buses, you understand, travel agents, you understand. So, I'm going to give you an example about this. What was I going to say? Just bear with me for a second, I'm having a whiteout. You can Google this as well. Go to Google, and you can type in how an Ohio bus driver kidnapped 3 women. All 3 of these women, every single one of these 3 women took his bus routes. Kidnapped 3 women and held them hostage for a decade in his home. Raped them endlessly. Even impregnated one. Google that. An Ohio bus driver kidnaps 3 women and holds them for a decade in his home. Every single one of them women were his passengers. You understand? Okay. Well, it looks like that my video camera. I was recording from the lens on the back of my phone. Now the recording has been switched to my home screen on my phone. So I don't know when that exactly occurred. So if you've been listening to me but not seeing me for at least a minute or two, that's what happened. Now think to yourself about this: how could that happen without my phone being hacked? Because as you're streamlining a video, you can't go back into your video settings, okay, and change the settings from recording from the lens on the back of your phone to the home screen. You literally got to stop the broadcast and then switch the setting to go from the lens to the home screen recording. So how would that be possible to happen while the broadcast is still recording? So go to Google and type in cell phone hacking and gang stalking. Now, I had no doubt in my mind at all that these MTS bus drivers are probably also using either their phones or phones that have been given to them pertaining to anything they do concerning gang stalking are being used to assist in the surveillance of and the tracking of a target, meaning that when they see a victim gets on their bus, they're talking with other individuals who are involved in the tracking of the target. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't give 2 shits. Absolutely. And target individuals of this crime know what I'm talking about. I had literally seen a video online. Literally. Okay. No, it wasn't a video. It was a post on a blog of a woman from England who was saying that the bus drivers are involved in the gang stalking of her. Google that. There's at least 3 other citizens here in San Diego who have implicated MTS bus drivers in the gang stalking of them. Okay. I think one moved on to Oregon, and the one who operates the blog Stop OR Gang Stalking, you can go to her blog and then look at, she's got these little column things on the left of her blog that show the different months of what she's added on each month. Okay? So what you want to look at is you want to look at either February, March, or April of 2013, the comments that were made. I've seen it myself at least 4 times. Okay? talking about MTS being involved in it, UCSD Food Court being involved in it, and Starbucks. And all three of these places I have caught on at least UCSD and at least close to 1,000 audio files. Starbucks at least close to 150 to 200. Okay. And the MTS at least 1,500. Because I've been taking MTS bus ever since I came to San Diego. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, fellow American citizens, understand this and know. Okay. You can also go to Google or YouTube and type in Learning Disabled Woman Exposes MTS at Hiking Area. I made a video in 2012 at an older hiking area when I used to hike off of Friars and Frazee Road. It literally shows me stating, I was sitting in a tent, and it literally shows me stating that an MTS bus driver just pulled up in one of those miniature buses, opened up the door, shut the bus off, opened up the door, and then I heard GangStalk being said over the radio. Flat out. Now, that was back in 2012, so you can go to Google and type in how these fuckers will appear at entrances and exits. She parked right off the entrance of that hiking area. Okay? Absolutely, absolutely. Now, think about what I'm telling you. That YouTube video was published back in 2012 on YouTube, right? Now, when you look at what's in the description, when you look at what's in the title of this Periscope video, the San Diego prosecutors being caught saying it, and the Yucca Valley and Thanksgiving event occurring. You know, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm here today to tell you right now, fellow American citizens, MTS is nothing but a criminal organization. They are absolutely, indisputably, directly connected to the gang stalking of me and have been from the get-go. Hold on. MTS is Metropolitan Transportation Services here in San Diego, buses and trolleys. Now, including their security guards. Oh my God, I caught massive gang stalking on trolleys back in 2011 and 2012. Those videos are online too, clearly showing me state that people are saying gang stalk on the trolleys. YouTube videos have published dates. You know? Let me think about this. If you're making a YouTube video back in 2011 and 12 stating that people on MTS trolleys on my way to SDSU are saying gang stalking, oh my God, and then I catch the public defenders and prosecutors doing it 3 years later in the courthouse, I obviously would have had a reason to state that I was experiencing it back in 2012 and where. Do you understand? Okay, so you think about how did my phone get transferred from me videotaping from the small lens on the back of my phone to my home screen on my phone, to the screen of my phone. How can that be done in the middle of a broadcast? You understand what I'm saying? Cell phone hacking and gang stalking. So, fellow American citizens, I know for a fact that UCSD police, SDSU police, USD police, SDPD were involved in the massive gang stalking of me. Never forget that. If I disappear, okay, or they arrest me and try and claim that I'm crazy or can't take care of myself or that I'm a threat to myself or others, always remember, I'm telling you, I am literally looking to you right in your face. Always remember that they have always played a role in this directly. They will file falsified police reports about you, incident reports, information sheets, and play a role in the staged events that's designed to produce an arrest. Make no mistake about it, police are all over the internet to be directly connected to this crime, exposed by thousands of victims all over the internet. Okay, people who have never talked to each other. Okay, so I made this video today to not only inform the truth about what I stated in this video, but to say F you to MTS, because I'm sick of your shit. You're a bunch of lying criminals. So when you go to YouTube and you look at the altered video, MTS, the assault of me being assaulted on the MTS bus on 10/10/11, Google that. Learning Disabled Woman Exposes MTS altered assault video. Just play around with the keywords, trust me. And you can YouTube it to literally watch the assault. Okay? A professor over at USD by the name of Eric Pearson, who is a professor in communications, okay, concerning media, okay, videos and images, okay, saw the video and posted it on the website First Post back in 2011. Okay? So, fellow American citizens, I strongly suggest you pay attention to what I'm stating. MTS is nothing but a corporation. And what do corporations do at the end of the day? They protect their bottom line. And what do gang stalking perpetrators do? They'll wait a while because they can see they're being exposed through cyber surveillance. That's all over the internet to be a method of theirs. So what they'll do is they'll wait a while after this video is published, or they might do it right away. Okay? And what they'll do is they'll stage an event either at a bus stop with witnesses. They'll stage the witnesses too, or on a bus route or trolley route, or at a trolley station. and then they'll use that to ban me from MTS services. And why would they do that? In order to try to create falsified documentation, so when I sue them, they can try and say that, well, we had to ban Miss Williams from our services because she's a threat to ourselves. She's a threat to our passengers, and we're just trying to run we're trying to keep our transportation services in a healthy and safety environment. You know, the bullshit that corporations state when they've been exposed about something. Oh, we're sorry about this. We want you to know that our businesses, that our first priority is keeping our customers happy and safe. That's exactly what they'll say. Absolutely. 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 Do you really think that MTS wants it to be known that they're directly connected to GangStalking, and GangStalking is directly connected to what? Human trafficking. So think about 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old little girls and boys getting on that bus. Cyber surveillance is a method of this crime. They know I'm making these videos. So they'll wait a little while. They'll stage an event to try and provoke me to act out. They'll stage the witnesses, and they'll either arrest me or ban me. And they'll lie about every bit of it. Literally. They're harassing me and then propping up people to claim that I'm harassing them. Do you not see the complete rape of truth concerning this shit? I mean, you really got to listen to what I'm telling you. So this is a prediction video concerning MTS and their lying whore asses. And here's another thing. If I get banned from MTS, how am I going to go look for all these different lawyers to take all this evidence to? What do you think, I'm going to ride my bike? They damaged my new bike yesterday. Not even 2 months old. They broke the brake off it. At Vaughn's grocery store. So Google Vaughn's and GangStalking. Got to get, my name is Leslie Williams, payback. Okay. Why did MTS alter the assault video, me being assaulted on the MTS bus? Why did SDPD falsify the police report concerning that assault? Because they're organized crime in the system, that's why. And my name is Leslie Williams, and I love exposing every bit of it. Paybacks are a bitch. Thank you for listening, everybody. Please research what I stated, and you will see truth. Have a great day.